Money management is important, and getting good advice makes a big difference. So I'm just coming off a day and a half of a financial workshop run by Graham Home out of Infinity, and it's been pretty cool. Very interesting ideas. One of which was that everyone's got an opinion, but that may not mean that their advice is any good. And one of the traps that I've got as a doctor, and you may have as a doctor, is that you're probably pretty smart, pretty competent, pretty capable at many things. And while you may be excellent at medicine, the capability to read books and absorb information and make decisions around topics that are not our area of expertise. This is both a blessing. The ability to do these things is very powerful, but it's also a curse in terms of not being able to commit as much time, as much energy, as much money even to someone who is fully dedicated to money management. And money is a funny topic. As doctors, we are quite blessed. Even in general practice, many of us earn good incomes and very, very stable incomes in times of difficulty. And we may be heading into that. New Zealand has entered into a technical recession, 2 GDPs, just slightly down, 2 decreased GDPs. They're not huge, they're just a little bit down, but haven't had that in Australia. But certainly the interest rates rising has caused a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulty. And the quality of the financial advice can make a massive difference. Massive difference. There was a couple of ideas today. It was like, oh, okay, I'm beginning to get this. And I suppose like I grew up a long time ago with a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And Graham was interested. He's like, look, 2 things. One, America is not Australia. Australia is not America. Rich Dad, Poor Dad's wonderful, but know that it is heavily biased towards the American conditions. We live in a different country with different conditions, different rules, and the game here of money is different. And so being willing to hear his advice, hear his ideas, it actually takes a lot. And he described this because most people that are showing up to his workshops have got some level of skill with money. And he's like, look, you guys have got enough skill to get here, but to go to the next level and discover what's possible for you, you're going to have to let go of what you've done so far in order for something new to come in. And this principle of letting go of what you have got to, what you've done to get here, letting go of that to go for a new level in life. This is a very challenging conversation because it's not just applicable to finances and houses and money and practices, but also to us as doctors. And the interesting thing is that when people have not much to lose, like if I'm dead broke and I'm sick of being dead broke, then to go from dead broke to whatever the next level up is, having some money, there's not much at risk. There's not much at risk. Letting go of being dead broke to get to some degree of money, to go from some degree of money to good money, there is a little bit more risk. It's a little harder to let go, but most people can probably do it. And then as you get to good money, to go to really good money or great money, now that's much more difficult. Why? Because you might lose what you've got. You might lose the good and fall all the way back to none. And this can happen in health. This can happen in many things. One of the interesting things is, when do we see people changing their health? when they have nothing left to lose, when they've already had the heart attack, when they've already had the stroke, when they've already had these things happen, and then they're willing to do it. It's like, that's ridiculous. This is terrible. This is not a good time to be making the change. It was apparent before, but why do humans do it? Well, because we have something to lose, and it's much harder to let go when we have stuff to lose. When we have nothing to lose, pretty easy to let go. Most people do it. Just like, I don't want this anymore. No more, please. No more. Oh, you've got something that I can go for? Great, let's go there. But as you get better in life, then letting go is a much more challenging thing. And my wife and I find ourselves in this position. We've done pretty well. Like, our lives are good. Make no mistake. But he was like, you got to let go. I want you to sell some properties. And I'm like, what? My wife is not impressed by this at all. But as we went through the logical numbers of the situation and put aside the emotion and actually went, okay, great, I'm now getting the numbers on this. And it appears that the second thing is that money is a game of numbers. And if you're, yet it gets linked in with emotions so easily. It's like, look, this is what you need to do. If you want that, then you have to do this. It's going to be a little painful, a little awkward, a little difficult. But if you don't do it, then the long-term consequences are far worse. And all of this comes down, the only even reason I was interested in this conversation, I've been interested in conversation money for a long time. Why? Because I saw the devastation and difficulty that caused in my family. My father, not so good at paying attention to the money, plenty of money. And it was interesting at this workshop because there was one other GP there. Hey, Steve, how you doing, mate? Good to meet you. That was awesome fun. But not many other doctors, not many other professionals there at all. And he was like, why is that? And his opinion was that doctors know it all. We think we're so good at everything that we don't need to take advice on important things. It's like not having your own GP. Not having your own financial advisor that is impartial to the situation, that can see from the outside and go, this is what you guys need to do. So not many doctors there. But on the other side of Steve's journey, wow, doing really well. To a place where medicine is no longer required. Doesn't actually need to work as a doctor. And I want you to consider that. What would that feel like in your life? If you were doing medicine from a place of choice rather than obligation, where you were forced to do medicine to have the roof over your head. Now, if that's your situation, and it is my situation as well. I don't work. I got major problems. Major problems. I am required to work frequently in medicine. A lot. And it's good. I like the work, but it is definitely a different energetic if I didn't have to do it and I'm choosing to do it. So this conversation of money makes a difference. And good advice makes a difference. Management of money, how to make it, how to grow it, how to protect it. These are valuable conversations, particularly as we head into these uncertain financial times. And yes, as doctors, we have a significant advantage that people will need health. And we are entering into a time when there will be more and more demand for health as the baby boomers age and as the baby boomer doctors retire. And many of those have chosen to retire early because of the shenanigans that have gone over the last couple of years. They're like, this has been very badly managed. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't have to do this anymore. I'm out. So as we've got less and less doctors, there's more and more demand. Guess what that means? You may have experienced already. Yes, inflation. The same service gets more expensive. The supply is low, the demand is high, medicine gets more expensive. So this is good for us. This is good for us. But it also means we have to be able to communicate a very similar conversation to our patients about, hey, there is where you are right now, and you have to let go of the behaviors that are not serving you in order to have a higher level of health, but also a higher level of protection from bad diseases that you don't want to have. Life's pretty good. I don't know how your life is. Even if it's bad, it's still pretty good. At least we're alive. If you're alive, if you're watching this, you are alive right now. I mean, yo, check it out. It's amazing. As I came home tonight, I looked up and I saw the stars, and they were just beautiful, beautiful, and reminded me of the gifts of this whole living thing. It's unbelievable that we are here. So money's important, living's important, health's important. It's well worthwhile investing time, energy, and money into these things to ensure that the quality of your life improves. And if that means doing some difficult things, letting go of some difficult things in order to have a better experience in life, then that's a discussion for yourself to have with you. It's like, hey, life's pretty good right now. Am I willing to let go and take the risk that it will fall down? Much harder than if life is shitty. Life's not good and going for something better, much easier. So I hope you're in the second position, and I hope that you do find the courage to make that leap for the next level, whatever level that is. And you find the journey of letting go and experiencing the new, stepping into the unknown, that this has rewards that are significantly different and unseen from where you are right now. And this is a cool thing. However it plays out, good, bad, or otherwise, you will experience a new thing in life. If you stay where you are, that's where you are. You already know what it is. It's comfortable. But to go for the next level of expansion, whatever that looks like, being willing to let go of what you've got now in order to make the jump for the next level, this is a courageous act of the soul, and it's wonderful. So I hope you find the courage. I hope you can define where you want to go, and that you take the energy of this call to say, you know what, I'm worth it. I'm worth to let go and go for the next level. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for tuning into this live. Hope you're having a great Saturday night. Look forward to seeing you on the next one very soon.